Right, so we're gonna assemble these tulips now.
I usually have a big bee with me too, but I didn't have time to make one today.
So I've got these. There's no wings again. I like to do all of my bees like in a batch, so, which is literally every crocheter's worst nightmare. And we made a total of... Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda and I am the cotton florist. And today we're going to be doing another market vlog. So a few days of market prep, and then we're going to be going off to a market called Carlton Stories, which is basically like a little, it's a suburb, like 2 suburbs away from me. And they're holding like a little town market where they're doing some history of the town and whatnot. And there's a couple of us that have been invited along to vend at this particular market. So which is very exciting for me because I used to live in Carlton. So it's like my home suburb. So I really love that place. And I know exactly where the market is because I used to walk there all the time. So I'm very familiar with the area, which is a plus for me because but it's uncomfortable doing markets in an area that you don't know because you're always like, where do I park? How do I set up? How far do I have to walk? But this is going to be easy peasy. I just finished a market a couple of days ago and I have stock left over, which is great. But I don't have a lot of stock. I have some big stuff, but not really any little things. So we really need to prep the small stuff, kind of the boring stuff. So I'm sorry if this is a little bit boring with the stuff I'm going to prep. But before we prep the boring stuff, I want to show you the flowers that I've made. So I sold a bunch of little mini tulips at my last market and they were a massive hit. I didn't wrap them. They were singular tulips. I'll insert a picture if I've got one. And I'm going to do the same for this market just to see how it is. I don't expect them to be as popular because last week's market was Mother's Day weekend, and it is no longer Mother's Day weekend for this market, but I think they're still pretty and they will look really nice on my display. So I have them anyway. So let me show you what they kind of look like. They're not assembled, but you'll get the idea. So here they are. They are super pretty and pastel. These are obviously the puffy tulip ones. Well, not obviously, if you're new to my channel, you may not know what this looks like, but these are going to be the puffy tulips. So I have these really pretty colors. I've just done the 3 and I've done 4 of each of them, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to do any more of this style of flower. I am going to do some sunflowers though, but this is it for the puffy tulips, and they just have these little leaves. So they're very cute. They're very just like grab and go style. So that's it. Obviously they'll have a stem. I'll probably assemble it in this vlog at one point, so you'll see what they look like done and the process I do to assemble them probably. So that is the number one thing that I'm going to work on today. It's Tuesday today and my market is on Sunday for reference. So I do have a decent amount of time to restock small stuff. So I think we're okay. So I'm going to get these done hopefully today. I mean, they're already done. I just have to assemble them. So there's no rush on this yet. But I do also want to get cracking on bees because I sold out of almost all of my bees at my last market. I had 15 and I have 1 left. So I'm going to restock the bees because they did really well. I'm going to restock the axolotls because I also have 1 of those left. I brought 11. So bees and axolotls, I know they're kind of boring, but they sold really well still, which is surprising after, 4-ish years of these kind of being popular items. And they still sell well. So we're going to restock those, and then I'm going to have a look at some leggy frogs. I have 2 pink leggy frogs left and they're not that popular. So I'm going to add some green ones into the mix and see how they go. And also my chubby frog, which are these guys. I finished one of these up last night. So I think I brought like 8. No, I brought 6 of them to my last market, but I made some while I was there. And I think I sold 6 or so. I sold a bunch of them. So I'm going to make a bunch more just because it's another $18 item that I can bring. But that's what I'm kind of planning as my base restock stuff for now. I still have a lot of big items like Snorlaxes and snakes and Haku dragons and stuff, but I don't expect them to sell. They're just attention grabbers. But for now, we're going to work on the small stuff. So now that I finished the flowers, I don't feel like assembling them right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started on bees and start crocheting those, or frogs. Something that I can just power along with, and then I'll check back in when I have a little update for you. Okay, so a little update. It's been a few days and I think maybe the last thing I mentioned was that I was going to do bees, and I've started bees. I've done 8, I think. So I've got these. There's no wings again. I like to do all of my bees like in a batch. So bee bodies first. So I've got 4 here that I've stuffed. I also worked on 4 last night. I didn't stuff them last night. I just did the bodies, and then I'm going to finish them off today and stuff them and close them up. So that's 8. I also timed myself doing these, and they take 13 or 14 minutes to make them. maybe even less, 12 minutes. 12 minutes, I think it was 12 and 14 minutes. So very, very quick. So I have 8. I'm going to do 10. So I need to just to do 2 more and all of the wings. So then they will be finished. And then I can move on to frogs. I'm going to do both the chubby frog, these little guys, and also leggy frogs this time. So I'm gonna have 2 types of frogs and then axolotls. And it is Thursday. So we have a market on Sunday. So I have a couple of days to go. I'm glad I have a Saturday to get everything done because I'll get most of my things done on the Saturday. I also got a little package in the mail. So I'm trying to cover it up so it's not showing all the addresses, from the Yarn Fairy, aka Susan. She reached out to me on one of my past vlogs. I think it was maybe 2 vlogs ago. I was making the Pokemon starters and I ran out of the Lagoon color yarn. So I was making my Bulbasaurs. I ran out of this color yarn. It's a Lagoon by Parfait Chunky, Premier Parfait Chunky, and unfortunately it's a discontinued color. So I kind of had this one half finished in hope that maybe one day I would come across the yarn. I actually did a lot of searching online and couldn't find it. I did find it in one place, but it was really expensive. Anyway, Susan reached out to me and I'm so glad that she did because now I have some. So we're going to open it up. So now I can finish my starters because I only had 2 of the Bulbasaurs and I really wanted to do some Ditto ones as well, like I did with the Squirtles. So, oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, oh, happy crocheting. So I've got my 2 balls. She's given me extra. Susan, I'm not sure if you're watching, but if you are, thank you so much. Okay, so I'll show you guys the color first. So this is the Lagoon. This is the one that I need to finish these guys off. So now I can start crocheting more Bulbasaurs, which I'm super happy about. And very unexpected, but also very exciting. She's given me these 2 colors. So these are really, really pretty colors, by the way. This purple mix is so pretty. And the blue, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to be putting these to good use. I am already thinking of fun ideas for these ones. I'm loving like sea creatures with all of these blue colors. Someone actually asked me at my last market whether I've ever crocheted a jellyfish before. And I can't remember, I think I said I'd never crocheted one, but I've seen so many people crochet them. This one looks so nice, like the tentacles together, these 2 colors. So yeah, thank you so much, Susan. I really, really appreciate you reaching out to me and providing me with some yarn. Every day that I get a yarn order of some description is a happy day for me. So thank you so much. I actually just went to Spotlight today as well, just to grab a few unrelated crochet things. I had to get a gift for someone. And I found these. I don't know if you guys are plant lovers. Skip ahead if you're not. I promise I'll be like 10 seconds, but I bought these. I'm a massive plant parent. I became like a pandemic plant parent during COVID. And these are like, they've been discounted down to 3. I think there was 6 originally. But they're like paper plant kits. So it's like a crafter kit. And I love a good crafter kit. That is so nice. It's a caladium. I have a couple of caladiums outside. They're in the process of dying now because it's winter, but they'll come back next spring. But yeah, I'm a huge plant person, so which kind of makes sense, right? Because I like flowers, crochet flowers. So I'm going to do these in my spare time. Obviously not right now because I have so much to crochet. So I'm going to get on to these bees because they just look strange unstuffed. They're just staring at me. So I'm going to get these finished, put the wings on, and then we can move on to frogs. And I'm just hoping I have enough time before Sunday to have some kind of stock. Otherwise, it's going to be a very sad and boring market. But it's also only 4 hours, so it'll only be a sad and boring 4 hours. So anyway, let's crack on and then hopefully I'll have some more fun updates for you very shortly. Okay, so it is Saturday now, so we have our market tomorrow. I'm feeling a little bit too calm. I don't know why, but I'm very unprepared for this market. All of my really most popular stuff is kind of sold already at the last market, like my small things. I've just done a quick inventory check and I can see I have $2,000 worth of inventory still, 2,056 to be exact. So, and that's including my flowers, which I haven't assembled, but I have crocheted. But a lot of that is actually like bigger items or mid-price items that didn't sell at my last market. So I'm kind of needing to really restock the small stuff. I have finished with the bees. I just need to attach the wings, which I've almost finished crocheting. And last night I also did 4 of these axolotls. So I'm going to keep doing the axolotls because I'd like to have 10. I have 1 left over, so we technically have 5 for the market. So I'm going to do another 5. So hopefully I can get that done pretty soon, because then I'm going to try and start on my frogs, both my leggy frogs and my chubby frogs. And I think then I'll feel happier about how much small stuff I have. So let's crack on with making some of these axolotls. Hopefully I can get them done within the next couple of hours, and then we can do frogs. All right, so we're gonna assemble these tulips now. So I have 12 in total. So these are them. I have also crocheted all their leaves too. So we're gonna assemble all of these with a hot glue gun. So I'm gonna see how quickly it takes. I don't think it takes that long to assemble these. I'm also doing them half size, so not as long as normal. So a full size flower would usually be around this big.
Yeah.
But these, I'm doing half the length of these, so they'll only be around this big each, if that's showing up. So just small ones, and I won't wrap them either, so they'll just be the same as they were on my last marker vlog. If you've seen that, it's just the flowers not wrapped, just as they are. So let's get to assembling these. Okay, so when I'm assembling these tulips, basically what I do is I do the stem first. So I'll wrap the stem in the green yarn, and then I will sort of figure out where it's going to go in the flower, like there roughly. And then I can figure out where the leaf is going to go. And then I'll wrap all the way down to the leaf. So for example, I'll probably have like that, and then the leaf will probably be around here. So what I'll do is I'll get my glue gun, I'll get a little bit of the glue, if my glue gun's gonna cooperate today, and then put the leaf up against it, like that, and then just continue wrapping. And I find that if I do all of the leaves, all of the stems first, it's so much easier. And then at the very end, I just put this on top. So, but making sure that if you're going to do it this way, that you remember to stop, so that you know where the leaf's gonna go. So you need to make sure, otherwise it's much harder to put the leaf on after you've already wrapped the stem, because it'll be extra bulgy. So make sure that if you're doing it this way, you remember where your leaf is gonna go, and then just wrap all the way down to the end, and tiny bit of glue on the end, and continue wrapping. It's so much easier to do it without the tulip on the end. And then I use just the hot glue gun to set this end like that, which makes it like clean. And this is what you're left with, which looks kind of crazy, but what we're going to do is, once this is completely dry, essentially you just shove it in here through the middle one, which is like my circle, and I'll put it at the right length, because we do need to cross the top off like that. So that'd be like that. And then I just obviously stuff it with stuffing and then sew the top part together, but that's basically what it is. So if you have ever bought a pattern from me, a tulip pattern, and you wanted a visual, here it is. I guess I should probably make a video about it, but that is pretty much how I assemble all of my tulips. But anyway, let's keep going and we'll get the rest of these 11 tulips done. Okay, so I have just finished assembling all these flowers. So here they are, the little mini tulips. So as you can see, they're very, very small. So we have 12 in total with 3 colors. I am about to move on to frogs now. However, I realize I don't have enough stuffing, most likely. We've only got this much left, which probably looks like a lot, but it's not. So I think I might need to go to Spotlight very quickly and grab some more stuffing so we can finish up our frogs. So that's the plan for this afternoon, is to finish the frogs and get some stuffing. So I guess let's go to Spotlight. So as you can probably tell, it's much later now. I just came back from Spotlight and I have a brand new bag of stuffing. And I thought I'd check the Millens when I was there. As you may know, that I've been looking for the Mystical in the green to make the Snorlax with a Mosslax. And I did find some. I didn't find the green, but I did find these two. So I found this really nice rust color. And I also found a really pretty pink. So I don't know what I'm going to use for those, but I'm going to use them for something. So whenever I find this kind of yarn, I definitely grab it. If it's a color I find pretty, because I know I can make something out of it. So I don't know what these will be, but there'll be something. And they also had done a little restock from the last time I was there. So I was there 2 days ago buying a gift. And I had a look again on like the little edges, like this areas where they have the discounted stuff. And they had some more of the velour, which they didn't, the stash velour, sorry, which they didn't actually have any of a couple of days ago. So I got a pink. I got the 2 pinks so I can make axolotls out of. And they're still doing the 3 balls for $10 sale, so I bought 6. And I also got this blue, which I don't think I have. It's a really pretty blue. I also got this this color, which is biscuit. It's like a really nice almond color. And I also got this. This is the Stash Velour Stripe. It definitely feels like more of a velvet. It's a really soft, much softer chenille. Definitely velvety texture. And this color is called Multi-Natural, and it's a really pretty, I don't know if you can see like the variegated tones in there. I thought this could be nice for chickens because I'm planning on doing chickens. I know I need to get my frogs done and the rest of my axolotls, but this would be a really nice chicken color, right? So that's what I thought. I'll buy that while I'm here. It's still, the sale's still on, so I thought, why not? And I didn't have any more of the pink left for axolotls, so I thought we may as well, rather than use my Parfait Chunky, I can use this. So that's the plan. So now that I'm back and I have enough stuffing, I'm going to jump straight into frogs, try and get them done, and some more axolotls. And then maybe instead of doing leggy frogs, I might just work on some chickens. And then maybe I can do frogs tomorrow, like at the market, leggy frogs. So anyway, we'll see. Let's just jump in and finish what we need to do because it's the last day. I will pack the car tonight probably, but I don't have to be at the market until 11 for a 1 o'clock start. So I've got plenty of time in the morning as well. So I'm just going to crack on with this now, and then hopefully I'll have some more progress to show you tonight. If not, I'll show you what I've done at the market tomorrow. So we're all set up now. It starts in half an hour, and I'm just putting these mouths on the frogs. I should be using a white yarn for this, but we're using black yarn because I don't have any. But doing?
If that's a mini bee, big bee.
I usually have a big bee with me too, but I didn't have time to make one today.
Okay, sorry, I thought that asked you.
Yeah. I should have a big one for reference.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna crochet some chicken keychains with this yarn.
How you doing?
And we finished a chicken using this stash yarn. It's really nice.
We can stop for you as well if you'd like, you know?
Really?
Is that your mum standing behind you? Very similar smiles.
I did. Would you like a little bag to put that in? Yeah.
What are you getting, the beef?
Which one would you like?
Pink one.
The pink one? Let me grab your change for you. Square and macaroon. This shirt's $12 Chinese. Got it. Thank you. See you. Almost finished a cat.
They don't get attached to it with a chain. You can't like put them on your bag.
I can put a keychain on if you want a keychain. I've got the components here today to put them on if you wanted to. So it'll be like this.
Yeah. I've seen people hang them on their bag.
Yeah, like a bag charm. Yeah, if you want, I can add it on.
Maybe I'll get these. I'll just put a keychain on this.
This one? Yeah. Would you like a little bag to put them in? Yeah, for sure. I'll just bring that up and then I'll put the keychain on. So that is that on card? Or cash? Cash, yeah, that's $40. Thank you. I'll give you $10 change. There's your change. I'll just put the keychain on for you now. That's okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. I could do them for $15 each if you do them. If you do two. Would you like a little carry bag to carry them in?
No, thank you.
You're okay? Yes. Little cat done. So cute. This yarn is awesome. Price tags. Where are you? Chips on a stick. Quiet.
Take this one.
Sure. Would you like a little bag to put it in? Like it's like a small
Do you
bag.
want a
It's okay. I'll give some back to you then. Is that on cash or card?
card, please?
Yeah, for sure. That's $15. Feel free to start whenever you want. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. See you. Yeah, for sure. Would you like a little bag for me to put it?
Okay.
Yeah.
The cotton florist.
There we go.
No, you can get it.
I'll give you that. It's $28. Thank you. I'll give you $2 change. Thank you. There's your change. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day. So it's been an hour and a half and we have sold a fair bit of stuff. Sold some axolotls, a dino, keychain, a headphone penguin, a flower, a pot plant. So we're doing okay. Would you like a little bag just in case? No, you're fine? Yeah, sure. You're going to hold it. Make sure you hold on to them tight. Is it on cash or card?
A card.
Yeah, that's $54. If you just want to tap when you can. So we're going to cut all the way.
Thank you.
That's okay. Thank you. How you doing?
I've got my daughter who's really into crochet.
Oh, amazing.
She's actually making a run for me.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
It was supposed to be for this Mother's Day. It's not
Oh,
happening.
maybe next year. She'll refine it by then. It'll be amazing.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Take one of your cards.
For sure, go for
I've
it.
taken it, alright?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, I got more on the way. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now for the part of the video where I go through how the market was, what sold, what didn't sell, how much we made, etc. if there was any drama. So events with this council is really great because they provide a gazebo and it's called a fate stall. And basically it's like a marquee that has tables attached to it so you don't have to worry about bringing your gazebo and all your heavy weights and tables and all of that stuff. So if you do events on your own like I do, it makes it so much easier to not have to worry about lugging, car loads of stuff back and forwards to where you need to be. So when I got there, I noticed that they had my gazebo already set up. They also printed out signage for me. So it had the Cotton Florist on it with their branding. So it was like a stories on parade. So it was all about stories of the local area. So you can do tours and you can see the local artists and all that sort of stuff. So it was really, really fun. So they had my branding and their branding side by side on my logo, which is really, really nice. So it was like easy for everyone to see whose gazebo was whose. The only problem was, and I guess I shouldn't be so negative, but we'll get it out of the way. There was one other crocheter there, which I already knew was going to be there. They sent out some maps to say where we were going to be. And we weren't supposed to be too close to each other. We were like one gazebo apart, so we were separated. When I got there, I noticed they had put us side by side, which is literally every crocheter's worst nightmare. You do not want to be side by side with someone who you're essentially competing with at the market. There was only 2 crocheters. It was the 2 of us, and we were right next to each other. So it was really honestly the worst possible situation. There was probably around 10 plus other gazebos, so they could have easily spread us out, but whatever happened, whoever was setting them up didn't look at the map properly and just set everyone up like wherever. So it was nothing like it was supposed to be. So I was really confused, like I'm not supposed to be here. But anyway, we set up and I didn't have as much stock left, obviously, because I just had a market the week before. So it was really not a great situation for me to be next to someone who was super stocked, because people would come along and look at my stall and go to buy something, and then they would notice there's another crocheter right next to me. And then they would like keep walking over to check out their stuff as well. So I lost a ton of sales because of that, and it kept happening, and it was just seriously frustrating. But anyway, there's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. A lot of people thought we were the same stall as well, which is just so annoying. We weren't. Some people could recognize that we were totally different stalls and apologize that we were next to each other, but it is what it is. Like I can't change this. It's the only event I've ever been to where they've managed to put me next to another crocheter. We've always been separated. But with all that being said, the event itself was really fun. The people that worked there, so the council members that were really, really nice and friendly, checking in if we needed anything. The entertainment also was really great. The food was good. So it was just a 4-hour market. So very quick, not a normal 6 to 7 hour market that I'm used to. So it was nice to be kind of over and done with quickly. So with all of that being said, let's go through what sold the most, what didn't sell, and how much we made. So I'll start off with things that didn't sell. My Pokemon didn't sell as well as I thought they would. I mean, it's more of an outdoor family event, so I didn't expect them to sell too well. The bigger items I didn't expect to sell, and they didn't. So like Haku, Snorlax, there was a lot of people looking at them, but if anything over $100 is kind of a hard sell for outdoor family markets where it's a free event. So I didn't expect them to sell, but they were there to bring the crowds in, which they did. So that was really great. The small items were definitely more popular. So like the bees and axolotls, because they're $18, keychains as well, and my flowers. So they were the best sellers at these events, which I fully expected. So I'll tell you which actually were the greatest sellers and what I sold the most of. So keychains were the highest selling item. So I sold 6 of those. I ended up making 2 little chicken keychains while I was there using that Veloz Dash stripe yarn, I think it was. And they both sold. So very nice yarn. And I also sold a couple of Miffies. And yeah, I think it was just the Miffies and the chickens that sold. So 6 of those. I sold 6 mini bees. So the mini bees were selling out again. I made 10 of them. So I have 4 left over. I sold 4 of my mini tulips, so were $15 each. I sold 1 mini Squirtle and 1 of the mini Charmanders. They were the Pokemon starters. I think I've only got maybe 1 of each of those now. I sold my headphones penguin for $30. I have a custom amount here and I can't remember what it was for. Oh, that's right. I also sold a fuzzy bee. I didn't have any fuzzy bees there, but it was some friends that came and wanted to buy the fuzzy bee and then for me to send it to them. So I do have to make that order and send it through, but that was also a sale at this market. I sold 2 axolotls. I sold 2 axolotls at full price, and then I sold an additional 2 axolotls at a bit discounted. So grandma came along with her 2 grandkids and wanted 2 axolotls. Well, she was only going to buy 1, but then she asked if I could lower the price down so she could afford 2. So I sold them to her for $15 each. So instead of $18 each, I sold the 2 for $30. So 4 axolotls sold. Sold 2 chubby frogs, 1 of the macaron jelly cats, 1 of the dinos, and a pot plant. We made a total of 22 sales. Some of those were multiple items in the sale. And we made a total of $560. So I'm pretty happy with that amount. I was actually aiming for $400 just because I didn't think I had enough stock to make more than that much money. I think I had like $2,000 worth of stock. A lot of that was higher priced items, so I didn't expect to make anywhere near that, especially for a 4-hour market because it was such a short market. The first hour was really slow because people weren't really rocking up yet, but the last 2 hours were very, very busy. So that's probably where I made the majority of all of my sales in the last 2 hours. So given it was a pretty short market, I was next to another crocheter and it was just a small local community market. I'm very, very happy with what I made. I actually made more at this market than I did some of my Christmas markets that I held last year. So that was really surprising. And they were like 6 to 7 hour long markets. So this was a really great event for me. I didn't expect to make this much, so I am very, very happy. It was a really fun day out and I got my chips on a stick. So as long as I get a chips on a stick at a market, I am happy. So it was a win for me and I'm super grateful for all the people that came to say hi. I actually saw so many people I knew there, people that came to visit, people that just wandered by and then randomly saw me, because it is the area that I used to live in. It's like a suburb away, 2 suburbs away. But I used to live just up the road. So I know a lot of people around there. So it was really, really nice to see a lot of familiar faces. And thank you to those who came out just specifically to come and find me. I really, really appreciate it. It honestly means the world. So that is going to be the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed. I also figured out how to set up my camera in a way that could record me instead of just my jumper, like my last vlog. I had nowhere to put my camera. So all my customer interactions were basically just looking at my jumper. So apologies for that. I had more room this time in my market area to set up the camera in a normal space. So if you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. We will be doing more market prep as we have a big 3-day con coming up. So I'll be doing lots of market prep vlogs and little random challenges to keep me motivated. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.